Hello, welcome to Spirituality Simplified. I'm really excited about today's episode, which is on Friday, July 23rd, 2021, which is our full moon. So the last episode we centered on the new moon, and this one is on our beautiful, glorious full moon. So we're going to do something a little similar today. So I'm going to go through, I channeled, what different tools and things that we can use that are really aligned with this full moon, get some messages, and then at the end, you'll get a sound healing. So we'll talk about that and kind of why that is appropriate this time. So every time is different. It's pretty cool. But this full moon is definitely very much around cleansing, purification, clearing what's no longer serving you, cleansing your energy field, and really restoring that positive, beautiful, loving energy back into your mind, body, and soul. So full moons in general are really great times to do this. So any full moon is a good time to do a cleansing ritual. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but they're really great times to just take some time to kind of go inward, reflect on maybe what needs to be cleared. Ask your true self, what do I need to clear right now? What is blocking my view, right? And full moons are really, really great time to do that. So we're going to do that today, as with the different things we're going to talk about, but then also the sound healing. So we'll go into that as well. So let's get started. Okay, so I have to start, of course, with today's numerology. So today's date, as I mentioned, is 7/23/2021. So if you reduce that down in numerology, you get to a number 8. And I also noticed that this is episode 38. So that was kind of cool. They both have 8 in them. And the number 8 represents abundance, power, success, strength. And it's also, if you notice, if you flip it on the side, it's the infinity symbol. So that's, everything that goes in continues throughout continuously. That's kind of what that means. It's about balance and wholeness, completeness. So 8's a really powerful number. Very, very much so. Now, if you look at the crystals that I asked the moon, which crystals would be great to work with during this full moon, and I have a couple. So the first one actually that came up with was Shugalite. And I don't actually have Shugalite to show you, but Shugalite encourages forgiveness, friendliness, compassion, and alleviates trauma. That's a really great, beautiful stone to channel, especially during the full moon, when you're looking at areas of your life that need to be cleansed and cleared and looked at, right? So that can be kind of heavy work sometimes. So I think, a lot of times it's really important to remember to forgive yourself, right? So if you're trying to clear stuff from your past, we've all done things we're probably not super proud of, but, if they do come to the surface right now, it's something you need to pay attention to. And Shugalite can help you not only clear and alleviate that trauma, but then provide you with that beautiful forgiveness. Forgiveness is just as powerful as clearing is. And it's just as important to remember to show yourself some love and compassion during this time. Whenever you do any kind of clearing, again, things can come up, and some old traumas and, old difficult situations from the past or maybe in your current present, that's hard to face. It's hard to really take a look at. And so it's really just give yourself some grace, give yourself some beautiful love and compassion as you go through this process during this full moon. So Shugalite can be a great crystal to work with. So I asked for another one since I don't have that one, and I heard selenite. Of course, selenite is always going to be a great crystal to use during any full moon. So a lot of the white crystals, the full moon is just, it's this beautiful, in its fullest form. It's very bright. It's gorgeous. So, white crystals would be great. Clear crystals are good too. And selenite, I mean, this is a great one. I'm showing just a little wand of selenite. So I've got a little one, and then I have this big old block of selenite. It's pretty cool. It's kind of opaque, but I don't know, selenite's amazing. It's so beautiful. And then I have these big wands. Now, these wands are really great to clear your energy field. So I think we maybe have talked about this on a previous episode, but these wands of selenite, you can just sweep it over your entire energy field, and it just clears any debris, any energy that's not yours, anything that's kind of gotten stuck in your energy field. So if you just want to do like a really quick cleansing, like maybe you were, in an environment that felt just icky around some toxic negative people or something, you can just kind of just do a real quick selenite cleanse. That's an easy way to do that. But selenite's really great also to help you connect spiritually. So that's, a really great stone to work with. As of course you're doing any kind of clearing work, you do want to be really connected to your true self, connecting with your guides, your angels, be protected and in this safe space. They're going to help wrap you with so much love. Because, again, going through, if you're doing any kind of clearing work, it can be difficult. So, ask for your angels and your guides to wrap you and surround you with love and, connect spiritually. And selenite's going to help you do that. And it's also going to protect you and clear you at the same time. I'm telling you, selenite's probably one of my top 3 crystals that I think everybody should own. It's really inexpensive, and it's like the miracle stone. It does everything. It's awesome. Okay, so the next one was tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is really, really cool. It's another it has that like shimmery look. It's brown. It's usually brown and kind of gold color. It's like that cat eye, like that's kind of like, if you see that, it's hard to explain. But you know what I'm talking about. And it's so beautiful. It's kind of multicolored. And tiger's eye is really cool because it encourages confidence and good fortune. And it also alleviates fear. So again, this is an awesome one to work with while you're doing any kind of clearing work, because it's of course going to clear out any fears that come up. It's going to help to alleviate those. But it's a very positive stone. If you want to bring positivity, good luck, good fortune, I always think of tiger's eye, I think of pyrite, I think of jade. Those are the 3 that kind of first come to mind when I think of that. So this is, again, as you're doing any kind of clearing work during this full moon, this will help remind you and keep you connected to the positive, kind of help you see that higher perspective and, help you, work through whatever comes up for you. So tiger's eye, awesome. Okay, and then the last one I heard was jet. So jet is a black stone, and I've got this tumbled piece. It's really beautiful. It's kind of like black tourmaline, onyx, any of those. The black stones are really great at absorbing negativity, and preventing any negative thoughts. And so jet, which is interesting, specifically encourages financial stability and business success, and also helps to alleviate grief. So, again, as you're going through a clearing process and you're clearing out, old stuff, old trauma that's been stuck, in your energy field and your body and your mind, Things can come up like grief, fear, negativity, trauma. So all these crystals are going to help release that. They're going to help alleviate that, while also bringing in positivity and, the good side, right? And so, Jet is going to help you to remember how amazing and powerful that you really are. So, trauma, sometimes you might experience some grief. If you think about some old things that have cropped up or situations from your past, maybe you're seeing things in a different way. You're seeing like a person in a different way. And that can be really, it can be hurtful. It can be difficult. You can grieve the process of letting go sometimes. And so, with that, it's really important to also, as you release, just to remember that you are so beautiful and perfect and powerful. And Jet is going to help you remember that. It's going to remember, how successful you are at this very moment, no matter what's going on, no matter what you've done, what you're doing, you are perfect just the way you are. So, Jet, awesome. Just the name Jet, that's just like powerful. That's the vibe that I get, at least. So those are the awesome crystals. As you can, if you're watching the YouTube, you can see my altar that I have for this full moon. I have the whole thing surrounded in selenite. So I have 4 selenite wands. So I've got like 3 in a block. And then I have my little one in the middle with my dish, my new dish, for my crystals, for my altar. It's beautiful. So you can do something similar. Again, you don't have to have these crystals to channel in their amazing energies. So those are really good ones. I feel like these crystals really align with the message this full moon about just, it's really important as we're kind of in the middle of the year, right? And if you go by the galactic calendar, which I brought up last time, it's actually a little bit different. It's based on the moons and it's kind of complicated, so I'm not going to go into it in this episode, but if you're interested, definitely check it out. It's 13moon.com. It's the galactic calendar, and it's living according to the cosmos, right? So this calendar actually is ending July 25th, which is in a couple of days. So I felt like it was interesting because during the last 5 days of the galactic calendar, it's recommended to do a purification process. So of course that just makes total sense. It makes sense why this full moon's really a great time to kind of take that mid-year assessment, kind of go inward and be like, all right, what am I feeling? What's going on in my life? What's not working? What is working? What do I need to clear out? Ask your true self to point out anything that needs to come into your awareness. And once you do that, once that comes, from your energy field, from your body into your mind, into your consciousness, then you're allowed to let that go. So just that beautiful acknowledgement is really powerful. And that alone is going to help you let it go. And then you can use these other tools, like these crystals, and, talk about the essential oils or whatever, sage. We got some sage here. Use that to help you kind of clear out whatever has come to the surface that you've released. So speaking of essential oils, so the essential oil that I heard about was vetiver. Vetiver is one of my favorite essential oils. It is so earthy and grounding. It's really great to help you ground, connect to Mother Earth. It smells amazing. And it's very calming. And I think this is a really great essential oil to use during this cleansing process because it's going to help to keep you grounded. It's going to help keep you connected to your body. It's going to, we've got selenite to help you keep you, spiritually connected. Vetiver can help keep you grounded and connected to the earth. So whenever you're doing any kind of clearing work, it's really important to stay grounded, stay connected to your body and your mind and your spirit. So again, all these great tools are going to help you do that. I love vetiver. Amazing. Okay, and then the chakra that I heard to focus on during this full moon is our sacral chakra. So our sacral chakra is the second chakra, and it is right below your belly button, and it's governed by the color orange. So I'm wearing an orange shirt today to infuse some of that beautiful orange goodness and connect with my sacral chakra. And so the sacral chakra is all about your creativity. This is your creative center. This is all about, passions, emotions, relationships. It's your sexuality. It's where you literally birth, but birthing ideas, inspiration, creative new ideas. It's coming up with new things. It's really where you get that inspiration, that motivation, that excitement, passion. Like that's all coming from your sacral chakra. So I think that was really interesting, for this full moon, I think it's really important. This is also, sacral chakra is also where your inner child is housed. And I think when you're doing any kind of releasing or clearing work, that can really trigger the inner child, right? Because you're thinking about past life, past events. Some of it may have happened in your childhood. It may have been wounding to your inner child. It can be sensitive. You can feel that inner child coming out saying, protect me, love me. And so I think it's just a very special place. So as you're doing your clearing, it's really important to kind of wrap yourself in that cocoon, in that womb, the warmth of your sacral chakra to protect you, keep you high vibe, keep you connected to your true self, because your inner child, that is your true divine self. And so at any time you do clearing work, it's so important to just keep connected to your true self, and that's your truth. And when you're releasing stuff, a lot of it's beliefs that, maybe were imposed on you, or it's, different environmental factors or energies that we pick up, toxicity from people, places, things, so we pick all this stuff up. So when we release it, that's not our truth. This is all stuff that's not our truth. That's why we're releasing it, because it's not for our greatest and highest good. So that's the sacral chakra. That's what you want to focus on. Just keep connected to your true self and your inner child. Okay, and then kind of going on that too, the element to work with is fire. And again, that feels like major sacral chakra to me. It's passion, it's inspiration, it's excitement, it's ideas, like all of that is just forming in your sacral chakra. So you can work with the fire element. You can, maybe do a meditation by the fire. You can light some incense. You can light some sage, which we're going to do in a second. Actually, we're going to do that right now because we're talking about it. So I have a little sage bundle here. And again, the theme is clearing, cleansing, purification for this full moon. Sage is an awesome way to do that. So I have just lit some sage. I'm just cleansing my space in front of me, around me. I'm cleansing my whole energy field. Just getting a really good cleanse. I think it's good to do this sometimes. You can do a cleansing through visualization, a meditation. You don't have to have sage. I just love the smell of it too. And it's just that the smoke is so purifying and so cleansing. I love to use some sage every once in a while to really just get a good cleansing. You can do this again from your own energy field. You can cleanse a space, a room, your whole house if you want to. I'm just going to kind of leave that burn in there to kind of keep that cleansed. So then that's kind of representing the fire element, which is amazing. It's beautiful. Okay, so for the oracle card, I decided to work with this oracle deck called The Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. And it's by Krans. I'll show a bigger, it actually comes in a really big box. So that's what that looks like. It's pretty cool. It's like iridescent looking. It's beautiful. So the card that I pulled for this full moon is the Sea Serpent card. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it almost looks like the sea serpent is like wrapped around. It almost looks like a moon. Now it kind of looks like an eye because it's got like a middle, but it has like, it looks like the moon. It's pretty cool, like the full moon. So I'm going to read what the book says about the sea serpent. So sea serpent is all about, and just to mention too, so this book, it's animal spirits. So it's divided into like earth, all the different elements, like earth, air, fire, spirits. And so the sea serpent falls under spirit is the element, which is interesting. So it's all about healing emotional wounds, expressing desires. The sea serpent represents the energy of expression, whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire. The sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire the most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true nature. And it's interesting because with the spirit animals in this book, they connected to the chakras, and the sea serpent connects to the second chakra. I thought that was so fascinating. Again, there's no coincidences in life and spirit, all of that. I don't believe. So it says here, the subtle energy of the sea serpent occupies the area of the second chakra. Located deep within the pelvic bowl, this chakra is known as our center of creativity and desire, and is associated with the water element. The second chakra, which is Svadhisthana, of course I totally butchered that, but that translates to in her own abode, indicating this chakra is the home of the Divine Mother, or Kundalini herself. So Kundalini is you see that as like the serpent, the snake that's housed in our sacral chakra. And it's, I think we've talked about Kundalini a little bit in previous episodes, but that's your passion, that's your fire. Like I just thought that was so cool that that just sums up beautifully everything we've been talking about. And it's just perfect to work with the sea serpent during this full moon, because it's all about cleansing and then forgiveness as well. So don't forget, Shugalite, the crystal, is all about forgiveness too. So as you're working through different issues, as you're going through your clearing process, in your meditation or listening to the sound healing that's coming up, channel the sea serpent, channel this divine mother, connect with your sacral chakra, feel that protection, feel that connection to your true self. It's such a beautiful just summary of everything we've talked about. So that is about it in terms of I just wanted to talk about what this full moon is all about and how you can work with different tools during this moon to make it your own. You can create your own altar, take what resonates from this, discard the rest, of course, and, you can do whatever feels good for you. But in the spirit of this cleansing purification time, I felt really called to do a sound healing. Sound is such a great way to really, it penetrates your energy field, your body. It goes deep into your tissues, your organs, your cells. It goes down to that cellular level to clear, and it rebalances and reharmonizes your body so that it flows beautifully. It flows freely like water, right? Like the sea serpent talks about, like your second, sacral chakra talks about. And it helps to give you that balance and bring you back into homeostasis. It clears all this junk that we pick up, right? It's just all the stuff that we pick up from our environments and our past and our ancestors and all sorts of stuff. And it's going to help clear that out so that you can see clearly, so that you feel uplifted, you feel lighter, you feel cleansed, you feel pure. And that's going to allow you to see the truth of who you are, where you want to go, how you want to live your life, who do you want to associate yourself with, what do you want to do going forward. So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful day. It's a full moon. It's Friday. The Olympics start today. I'm super excited about the Olympics. I love the Olympics. So I hope that you enjoy this. And again, if you watch this, full moons, they're going to last a couple of days. So, if you don't get to this exactly, today, Friday, the full moon, that's fine. You can do this. And honestly, you can listen to this sound healing anytime you feel like you just need to clear yourself. This is a sound healing. It's specifically designed to clear your energy field. It's very cleansing and purifying. So thank you again for joining me, and remember to keep it spiritual, but keep it simple. Thanks. See you next time.